everyone, welcome to 4 Dimension Infotech. In the last video, we have learned about the OOPS concept, that is Object Oriented Programming Language, and today we are learning about the arrays topic. So let's see here. So first of all, what is array? An array having the group of value that can store in a single variable called as array. An array having the homogeneous data types. For example, the homogeneous data type like all integers or all string. So array having two types. Let's see here the types of array on the basis of the size and on the basis of the dimensions. So on the basis of the size, there are two types, fixed size and dynamic size. Okay. So fixed size and dynamic size can be verified as fixed size means it, the size is decided at the time of the creations, and dynamic size means the size can change during the program. Fixed size, for example, for the fixed size like int array 5. Okay, so if we given the int array is 5, so it can store only the values 5. And in the dynamic size, for examples, it can change, okay, during the program. So in the Java, there is example like array list. Okay, so in the array list, we can change during the program. Okay, we can change the size. So it is called as the dynamic size. Second one is here the on the basis of the dimension. On the basis of dimension, there are two types: one dimensional array and multi-dimensional array. So in one dimensional array, that is 1D array, and multi-dimensional array having the 2D array, 3D array, 4D array, so on. Okay, it's based on the labels. Here, one dimensional array means a single row of element, and multi-dimensional array means array inside arrays like in a table or a cube format, or we can say that in a matrix format. So 2D array, 3D array, it depends on, okay. So it depends on the level, how many levels are there will be. So single dimensional array, okay. So single dimensional array, this is a simple list of elements. So here is the int number in the, there are elements like 10, 20, 30, okay. And in the multi-dimensional array, in the matrix format 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So think of it like rows of boxes. Okay, so you can access an element using the index. So number 0 given, so here the elements are 10, 20, 30. Okay, so index value of 10 element is the 0, index value of the 20 element is 1, for the 30 elements index value is 2. Okay, so index value can start from the 0 and elements can start from the value 1. Okay, so next, multi-dimensional array here. Okay, so this is like a table or a grid. It has the rows and columns. So here we can say that rows and column. Next one is enhanced for loop. Okay, so let's see what is enhanced for loop. What is it enhanced for loop? It is a simpler way to go through a iterate, or we can say loop. Okay, iteration means loop. Okay, looping. So every element in an array or a collection one by one. So let's see here. Simplifies the iterating through the arrays and collections. Okay, so int num 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and here this is the for each loop. This is the for each loop here we can use, and here we write system.out.println, and the num is the variable. Okay, so read-only access and cannot modify the elements directly in the enhanced for loop. Okay, this means take each value from the nums. Take each values from the num and store it in num. Okay, values are from the nums. Okay, store in the num and print that num value. So here we will get the output like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Next, it is for each loop. It is easy to write first of all, and read only means you cannot change the values directly inside the loop. And third one point is the best for the printing and reading the data from the arrays. Okay, next one is string. Okay, string class in a Java. So strings are immutable, created using the literals or new keywords. Okay, so what is immutable? Immutable means there will be the no changes. Okay, So immutable means we can say that once created you cannot change the original string. For example, here we have given the string s1 is hello and string s2 is new string world. So we cannot change the hello string. Okay. Next, there are the common methods in the string like length, caret method, equals method, concat methods. So many methods are in the string. Let's see here the string methods in Java like length, char, add, then substrings. Okay, concat, index of equals compared to lowercase to uppercase string, replace, etc. Okay, so these are the all methods are used in the string. So here string builder and string buffer. Okay, so there is a difference between the string builder and string buffer. So here are the some features. Okay, here are the features of the string builder and string builder. Okay, mutability, thread safe performance. Okay, and in string builders the string builder the having the mutability. Okay, so string builder is mutable, string buffer is string buffer is also mutable. Thread safe, for the thread safe string builder is not thread safe but string buffer is thread safe. Okay, string builder having the performance is faster rather than the string buffer have the performance is slightly slower. Okay, so this is the difference for the string builder and string buffer. So both are used when we want to modify the string like adding or changing the text using normally the string. Okay, using normally strings for the for example which is immutable, this is tools are mutable. When we use the string builder and string buffer, use string builder when you working in a single thread. Okay, and need better performance, at that time use the string builder. Okay, otherwise you can use the string buffers when you program is multi-threaded. Okay, and you need the safety, at that time you can use or prefer the string buffer. Let's see here the string buffer SB, we can write the, in the syntax format like that. String builder SB equal to new string builder, in the bracket we have given here the string. Okay, so SB dot append, and here we write the next thing is the world. Okay, next is common string manipulations. Okay, so here in the common string manipulations there are the methods like length to lowercase to uppercase. Okay, trim, replace substrings, index of last, index of equals, ignore case methods, split method, contains methods. So we can use all these methods or all these string methods using the program. Okay, while we are doing the some programs or code, at that times we will use all the methods. String text like Java programming system dot println. Let's see here the text trim method dot to uppercase method. These two methods can be used here. So like that we can use all the methods. So let's see here, exception handling in a Java is a robust mechanism to manage a runtime error, ensuring the normal flow of an application is maintained even when unexpected event occurs, called as the exception handling. So why it is important? When a program runs, sometimes error can be happen, like dividing by zero or file not found, or we can say that invalid inputs. These are the exceptions we have found. So without handling, the program stops the immediately with the help of the exception, and with the exceptions handling we can catch and manage the error, and the rest of the program keeps running. Okay, so that's why the exception is important in Java. Simply we can define the exception handling that it is a way to catch or handle the errors that happen while the program is running or at the runtime, we can say that, or at the runtime. So the program can continue its the normal flow called as exception handling. So here let's see, there are exception and errors. Okay, in the exception handling, so in the exception there is input output exception, class not found exception, then SQL exception, runtime exception. In the runtime exception there are like exceptions. First of all is arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, number format exception, then index out of bound exception like string index out of bound exception, array index out of bound exceptions. Okay, And in error, error like stock overflow error, virtual machine error, or out of memory error. So these are types of the errors and exceptions in the exception handling. We can see that. Next one, try, catch, finally. Okay, so try, catch, finally. These are the three important keywords provides by the Java. So it's used for the exception handling keywords. So first is try. Try is a code that might cause an error, goes here. Catch block, handle the exception. Okay, catch block means handle exception. If an error or if an exceptions occurs in the try block, the catch block will handle it. Okay, or it prevent the program from the crashing. This is catch block. Next one is a finally. Finally means always execute, that is clean up code. You can say that clean up code actually. Finally block will always run whether there is an error or not. Okay. Here try. Okay. So try can int a equal to 10 divided by 0. Okay. So here we know that 10 divided by 0 means there is the exception. So try block showing the exceptions and catch block catching the exception like the arithmetic exceptions. So it will print like that system.out.println. Here we can given the string like cannot divisible by the 0. So try block throwing the exception and catch will catch the exceptions and showing us that the cannot divided by 0. Okay, so output will be like that, it cannot be divided by 0 because the value 10 divided by 0, this is the arithmetical exception. Okay, and finally can execute always, we can say that finally is always execute, that means clean up code. So if in the program there can be error or not error. Okay, it there will be the causing error or not error, or any exception or not any exceptions it can throw, always finally block can be executed. So here we will get like always executed in the output. Okay, next exception handling mechanisms like that. Okay, so see here the try block and catch block. Try block means a block of code that causes an exceptions, and catch block a block of code that catches and handles the exception thrown by try block. Okay, then next here here is the exception handler, here is the exception object creator. Okay, so this is the mechanism for the exception handling. Okay, throw and throws. These are also the keywords are used in the exception handling. Okay, so here given that throw keyword. Okay, used to throw an exception explicitly. Okay, throw new arithmetic exception like error occurred, and throws declare the exceptions a method may throw. So simply we can understand that throw is a keyword, okay, which is used in the exception handling. It is used to manually throw an exception, that is generate an error on purpose. It is used inside a method or a block. And here, okay, throw new arithmetic exceptions error occurred. Okay, so we can write like that. Next one is keyword throws. Okay, throws keywords declare the exceptions a method may throw. It means simply we can say that here used in a method declarations to say this method might cause exception. Be prepared to handle it. Here, throw meaning actually throws an exception, and throws means declares that method may throw the exception. Throw keyword is used in inside a method or a block, and throws used in a method declarations. Okay, so here void my method throw IO exception. IO is input output exception. Okay, IO here IO is stands for the input output exceptions, and here we can write our code. Okay, so these are the keywords used in the exception handling like try, catch, throw, throws, and finally. Okay, multiple catch blocks. So allow catching different exceptions separately. Okay, called as multiple catch blocks. So here we can see that try block, catch block, second one catch block. Okay, so in the try block, here we are using the try block, and there are two catch blocks are used. Okay, and two catch block having the different exceptions, like here in the first catch block having the arithmetic exception, and second one having the array index out of bound exception. Okay, so let's see. Next one is nested try block. So nested try block means a try block inside another try. Okay, so here is the one try block having the another try block inside the first, means outer try block. So this is the outer try block and this is the inner try block. Inner try block having the data, having the information or code like int data equal to 10 divided by 0. So it is showing the exception, like it will throw the exception from the catch block, that is arithmetic exceptions. Okay, and if the it will show the arithmetic exceptions, at that time it will print like that inner catch. Okay, it will print the inner catch in the output. Okay, if the condition is false, at that time it will throw the exceptions like catch exception, and here it will print like as the outer catch. Okay, so here is the next one is the custom exceptions. Okay, custom exception means own exceptions. We can say that the exception can be created by us, called as the custom exception. Or simply, sometimes Java builds exceptions like arithmetic exceptions, index out of bound exceptions. Okay, in array index of bound. So these are the exceptions thrown by the Java. These are the inbuilt exceptions. But are not enough to your program, but in that case you can create your own exceptions called as the custom exceptions. So how to create a custom exceptions? Let's see. Create a class that extends the exception class. Okay, so use super. Okay, and in that super we give the message. Okay, to send you the custom error message or custom exception. So here user defined exception class is extending the exceptions class. My exception extends exception. Okay, and my exception, here is the string message, that is super message. So here we are creating a class and here is the main method. Okay, after creating the main method, here we are throwing the exception, that is throw new my exception, and here we will given the string as the custom error. Okay, so my exception is your own exception. Okay, my exception is our own exceptions called as custom exceptions. When we use throw new exception here, let's see here. Okay, when we use throw new my exceptions, okay, so it will throws the your message like a custom error, and this is useful when you want to handle the specific situations like invalid marks, wrong age, etc. At that time we will use it, the custom exception.